of Reentry. Please give a warm welcome for Mr. Kerwin Pittman.
Yeah, there's no rose petals, but
Very shy.
I ain't no other route, I did it my way. Ain't no way, but I knew we would make it someday. I was fucked up, couldn't focus through them hard days. All the crazy shit I see don't make you lose your faith. I was 13 the first time I saw you.
Testing, testing, testing. How y'all doing? It is my honor, it is my pleasure to be here with you all today as we take reentry into the future. I'm seeing so many faces. I know so many faces I love. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all showing up. I appreciate y'all support. Today, we will be taking us into the future as it relates to reentry. I want to take us back though, back to the past of reentry, how reentry looked in the past. The past of reentry looked like an afterthought, not a true pathway home. And when I say the past, I mean when Dennis Gaddy and them was getting in the fight. We all know them times. For too long, reentry meant handing somebody a release paper, a bus ticket. They may be leaving with a bag, and they was expected to figure it out on their own. That was reentry in the past. People came home carrying trauma, stigma, had the collateral consequences on their back. Lack of support, lack of housing, very little family connections. That old system expected people and asked people to figure it out on their own, literally. Families was left a lot of times confused. Communities unprepared to help people as they reenter. Providers disconnected from services. Reentry should never be a maze that someone has to navigate on their own. Reentry should be a bridge that somebody should always walk across. Now, I want to take you all to the present of reentry. Now we're starting to see conversations flow around second chances, right? We're seeing conversations flow around second chance housing, second chance employment, workforce development, programming, all of these things right now in our times. We're seeing that flow. But one of the things that we're also still seeing is that these systems, these supports are still fragmented. They're still fragmented. People are coming home still needing IDs, birth certificates, social security cards, all of those things. And still, they're not able to receive these supports. Now in these times. And we know that some case managers, some providers are doing their best and doing the best that they can to help people. But a good portion of the time, guess what, y'all? They're working with outdated tools. It is 2026, and we still have providers working with outdated tools. How can we really expect somebody to re-enter if we're giving them second, third, fourth, fifth class tools to work with? A lot of the good times we have the resources. We have the people who need those resources. But we just don't have the system to connect the right people at the right time in the right moment in their lives. And those as providers, you definitely see this. Today I want to talk about the past of Rreps. Recidivism Reduction Educational Program Services. Rreps was built from lived experience, from pain, from purpose, from direct services. Rreps did not start in a boardroom. Rreps started at Scotland Correctional in a small room called solitary confinement in the hole. This is where Rreps started. This is the origin story of Rreps. It started from lived experience, from seeing the gaps firsthand, from seeing the people I know and love struggle and go back to prison, get out again and go back in again. The people I wanted to help, my friends, get out again and go back in again. Rreps started from there. We knew we wanted to reduce recidivism. But one thing we realized is that if we were to truly be the change, we couldn't just talk about it, y'all. We really had to show up and help people. And that's what we started doing. So our work initially was rooted in direct services, primarily. Then it evolved to advocacy. Then it evolved to outreach. Then it evolved to peer support services and a multitude of different things. Standing beside individuals who are the most marginalized and walking them hand in hand, making sure they are successful. Well, one thing we noticed and we saw in this evolution, and it was a continuous pattern. People needed help while incarcerated. People needed help when they first got out of incarceration. And people still needed help long after incarceration. So we used our lived experience and began to help other people navigate through those systems of reentry, post-release parole, supervision, those barriers that a lot of people faced that was causing people to go back in. We helped them navigate through those systems. Our past work proved something powerful. That when people with lived experience lead from a true vision, it is extremely effective. This is what our work showed us. I want to take you all to Rreps' work in the present moment. Rreps is no longer responding to reentry needs. Rreps is now building statewide networks and responding to reentry needs simultaneously. Rreps today is operating programs that touch reentry from multiple angles and multiple approaches, because we realize in order to help people coming home, it takes a multi-pronged approach to be able to help individuals. It is not one-sided, y'all. This thing we call reentry is complicated. Today, we have our mobile services, we have our hotline support, case management, workforce development, family support, education, advocacy, trainings, and still have direct services. We are not waiting for individuals to come find us. We are going to find them. That's what we're doing. We cannot wait for individuals to come find us, because a lot of the times they're navigating their own traumas, the stigma of reentering. And we expect them to show up at our doorstep. They won't. And if they do, you better have something that's going to keep them coming back. We're going into communities, neighborhoods, counties, and we're looking for the most marginalized people to give them services, to help them out of that dark place that they're in, a dark place that I know all too well because I had to re-enter. I was blessed enough to figure it out. Some things I still struggle with after 8.5 years of being home. In these spaces, we offer mobile support through our mobile recidivism reduction centers. Our mobile recidivism reduction centers has serviced over 13,000 people last year alone in just 2 regions of our state. Our recidivism reduction hotline or call center since its inception has took over 5,000 calls, answered over 5,000 calls, has received calls from as far away as Alaska. Our trainings have taught just as involved and just as impacted individuals how to articulate and tell their story in a way that's extremely powerful, that could change the world. Our trainings have helped families connect to resources and know how to find resources. Our expungement clinics has helped close to 200 people who are saddled with records, felonies, and misdemeanors get that scarlet letter off of their record and be able to get back on their feet and get access to great housing, great supportive services, great jobs. Because when you are saddled with this scarlet letter, guess what? You can't obtain first-class housing, jobs, or nothing. Our 415 campaign has helped individuals transition from riding a bicycle to obtaining their license and now being able to drive a vehicle again. These are extremely important things, but we realize that we got to take these services to the people and lead from experience. Our latest endeavor, our latest initiative, our recidivism reduction campus, the first of its kind in the country to be built, to be born, to be birthed in this fashion. Yeah, you may have workforce development places, but it's not rooted in lived experience. It is not powered with knowing what it feels like to transition out of that system and flipping the system so it could be more helpful for individuals who have to transition through it. Today, our work is about building infrastructure. I'm gonna say that again. Today, our work is about building infrastructure. Yes, these are programs, but we are building infrastructure for people returning home so we can put a stop to that revolving door of people going back in. We are not just helping people coming home. We are literally changing what home looks like for people. Literally. Now let me take you all to the future of Rreps. It is my distinct honor and pleasure to kind of lead the charge in moving reentry infrastructure in North Carolina into a phase that we haven't seen before, at least not on this scale. It is 2026. We must build infrastructure that is modern, that is tech savvy, that really is a help. Because if we stay in 2019, 1990, we behind the race, y'all. And one thing I love about my state is I love being the first, not only in flight, but the first in everything. And this is what we're doing. And this is what we're doing in North Carolina. We're literally breaking and creating molds and new systems. So it is my distinct honor to introduce Next Steps by Rreps. Next Steps by Rreps is an AI-powered reentry planning platform designed to help providers, case managers, justice involved individuals navigate transitioning back into society with personal guidance and clarity. Rather than functioning solely on traditional systems, individuals get a step-by-step plan tailored to their reentry needs. I ain't talking about just one plan, one component in a plan. I'm talking a step-by-step guide. I ain't talking a resource guide. If people follow these steps with these links, they are sure to be successful. If case managers provide these as a tool for their individuals and help them, they are sure to be successful. We are taking everything we've learned from lived experiences, from being in the field, from case managers, from social workers, from behavior health support, from MCOs, LMEs, everything we've learned, and putting it all in one place from our perspective. Next Steps is more than an app, y'all. It is a reentry navigating system, and it is a way for us to merge innovation, technology, and reentry into the future. We have to leverage the tools we have today to take this field of reentry into modern day times and beyond. Have y'all ever bought a car that was old, a 1990, 92, 93? They got problems, right? So imagine having a system that's 1992, 2000, 2001, 2000. You want a 2026 if you can afford it. You want top of the line. And so we have to look at the field of reentry, recidivism reduction the same way. We want to be able to help people. It is about honestly taking and moving us from paper folders, being disconnected, referrals that are outdated, to accessible technology-driven tools. We know that the future of reentry must be people-centered, technology-driven, and led by those who understand the journey the most. This is why this is extremely important. Next Steps by Rreps. We're not just launching technology, we are launching a new standard for North Carolina as it relates to reentry and recidivism reduction practices in our state, and frankly, across the country as I see it. First in flight, first to get it right. If you hear it again, I coined it.
T-shirt.
The future of reentry will not be built by chance, y'all. We can't leave it up to chance. Too many people are losing their lives. Too many people are going back into the system. It will be built by vision. It will be built by innovation. It will be built by people who see that second chances deserve first-class tools. Now I'm gonna give y'all two real-world scenarios of how this app can help individuals, how this platform can help individuals. One is an institutional case manager. They could be prison, they could be jail, they could be a provider, they could be a reentry facility. Imagine a case manager having 30, 40, 50 people on their caseload, right? Each person has different needs. You have one person that needs an ID, one a social security card, one birth certificate, one just needs somebody to talk to, one needs mental health support, one needs substance use support, one needs a way to connect with their family. Without the right technology, we know that it's gonna be hard for this case manager to track all of those things, to keep all of those systems in line, to connect with all of those referrals, to come up with all of the right plans for all of these 50 individuals that they have that have various needs at different times. This app gives case managers, providers, a smarter way to assess needs, track progression, connect individuals to resources, and support people with a clear reentry plan before and after release, y'all. Instead of managing people through paperwork, this app helps case manager support them through true pathways home. I'm gonna give y'all one more scenario. How many of y'all in here are community providers? Y'all help people in the community. Raise your hand. Come on, I'm about to say now, I know my people. Imagine a community provider offering housing, employment, treatment, behavior health access, all of these great services that people coming home need but not having a way for those who need it most to access it. Right? It's like you got the answer, the solutions. There's no way for the people to access it. And they don't even know about these services are over there. You want to help the people, but you don't got no way of connecting with the people. Too often, great providers are doing powerful work, but the people who need it most don't even know they exist, y'all. That's one of the things that I see in this field right now, present day. People don't even know they exist. Well, next steps will help change that. This will help providers become a part of a stronger ecosystem where their services can connect to individuals, families, communities, and reentry professionals in real time. This app doesn't replace providers. Let me say this again. This platform does not replace providers. It helps people find them. It helps providers connect with each other. It helps the entire reentry ecosystem move forward. I'm gonna say this, y'all, and I'm gonna get off my soapbox. Today is not just about unveiling an app, unveiling a platform. Today is about unveiling a new way forward. A way forward where people don't have to come home lost. A way forward where families do not have to continue to search in the dark to find help. A way forward where service providers can have better tools to work with. A way forward where North Carolina can become the standard, the national model for reentry, rehabilitation, and second chance. This is the future of reentry. And this is Next Steps, brought to you by Rreps. Thank you.
Wow. Leave it up to Mr. Pittman to wow us today. Leave it up to him. Again, one more applause, y'all. Next Steps by Rreps. So today we will be hosting a couple of raffles. At the end of today's session, we will have a Q&A, so make sure if you have any questions, you have those ready. We do have 3 winners today. We're gonna go ahead and get started with the first raffle. Spin the wheel. Our first winner will be Mr. Malik Muhammad. Come on down and get your prize. Thank you for everything you've done. Mr. Muhammad here? All right, so it looks like Mr. Muhammad omitted. I have Mr. Frederick Smith. Is Mr. Frederick Smith still here?
Ready, gone.
It says spin again, Fred. Better come on down, Fred, and try to get your prize. Thank you so much for entering and being here today. All right, you guys. Next, I would like to introduce Mr. Servesh. He is from our Informational Technology Department, leading us today's tutorial into the Next Step app, which we're excited for him to walk us through this platform and show us what's ahead. Please give a warm welcome to Servesh.
Good, everyone.
Can everybody hear me? Back? All right. So, sorry for the delay there, but first of all, I want to thank Mr. Pittman and thank the whole Rreps team for providing the vision and making this happen. And I want to thank everybody here today for really being here to celebrate this. My name is Rreps, and I'm excited to showcase Next Steps by Rreps, a brand new revolutionary re-entry planning tool, bridging the intersection of technology, innovation, and re-entry. Next Steps is designed to help service providers create personalized, actionable plans for formerly incarcerated individuals. Our goal here is simple: make re-entry support more organized, tailored, and effective to each situation, so people have a stronger foundation as they transition back into their communities. I'm looking forward to showing you how that works. So, without further ado, let's get into the demo. So let's start here on the home page. We have a bunch of different options, but let's explore how a service provider could enter a user's information so that each plan is tailored to their needs. So, over here in the profile, in the settings, users can input information and help our AI create the perfect plan for them. This information includes things like their gender, what county they're in, their date of birth, details about their incarceration, if they're currently incarcerated even, any physical limitation they might have. So let's move on to the needs assessment, because this is how the AI knows what exactly a user needs and how to create a perfect plan for them. So over here in the needs assessment, users tell our AI what they need help with, and uses the information to generate actionable, tailored re-entry plans suited to their exact situation. Needs assessment has a variety of different options that you can choose from for every individual situation, things from identification assistance to employment assistance, even mental health support, even healthcare support for insurance, as we'll see in a second. So let's go through how we'll create a simple plan for today. So let's say somebody needed help, say getting a driver's license, and maybe finding affordable housing. That's something definitely important, widespread need. And let's say they need access to health insurance. So for this unique situation, let's go ahead and generate a plan. So what it's doing right now is the AI is finding the resources that are the best fit for you based on Rreps' extensive vetted resources in North Carolina and where you put in your settings. I want to make clear that these resources that you're about to see right now, they're not just pulled from the internet or AI. These are tailored to North Carolina through Rreps' extensive database and vetted list of partners and providers. Give it a minute. Yeah, so each resource, again, is tailored for each unique situation. So let's look at some of the resources and see how they could be used in re-entry. So, for example, I said I need help obtaining a driver's license. If I click this link, it'll take me to the DMV page where I could, get a driver's license. And of course, a re-entry specialist in the past would have to go through a list of resources manually and then have to find pull things that are of use to each situation. But this process is streamlined now through Next Steps. For some organizations, let's see if we can find one here. I'm not sure, but we can even call the resources directly from the app. Furthermore, service providers or case managers or individuals themselves can easily track progress that they've made on their plan so they can stay up to date and organized, checking off steps as they go. If users wish to print a plan or share it with anybody else, they can click this button on the top right and they can print it so they can have a physical checklist, or they can export as a PDF to send to case managers or anybody else. Lastly, I wanted to highlight that Rreps is always a resource on every step. We made it as easy as possible to directly contact a case manager or support through Rreps on the app. All right, well, that was basically it for the demo, and thank you all for your time and attention today. We believe We believe Next Steps by Rreps can help make reentry support more personalized, coordinated, and tailored to each situation. We hope it will have the biggest impact on people who need it most. We're excited about the growing potential of this app and look forward to continuing the conversation on improving reentry. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarvesh. And also, there is a tutorial, whenever you first download the app and you go into the app, there is a tutorial video that will show you step by step on how to utilize the app, if you have any questions. All right, we're gonna get into our second raffle. Can I have Mr. David Simmons down? David Simmons. And we'll have our final and third raffle after this. I would like to now introduce my coworker, Ms. Thank you, Mr. David, for entering. You're welcome. I would like to now introduce my coworker, Ms. Shahonda Pittman. She'll go ahead and take us into the next.
Good afternoon, good afternoon. As we continue moving toward the future of reentry and innovation, our executive director has made it a priority to travel across the nation, building relationships, studying successful models, and bringing impactful solutions back to the communities that we serve. Let's shift our focus to a national perspective, a national lens. From someone whose work is helping redefine opportunity and second chances across the country, traveling all the way from California, please join me in welcoming the Executive Director of Next Chapter, Mr. Kenyatta Lee.
Thank you, everybody. What a blessing it is to be with y'all today. I am so deeply inspired by what I'm witnessing today. This brother right here, when I first met him, I knew there was something special going on. I said to him, I think we was in San Diego, I told Kerwin, I said, man, I got to come to North Carolina. And by the grace of God, I made it here. And I'm just really, really grateful to be with y'all today. I'm the executive director of an organization called Next Chapter. And we are working with formerly incarcerated individuals in the state of California and all across the country to help them learn technology skills and place them in software engineering roles. We started back in 2018 at a company called Slack, and we placed 3 individuals there. Since then, we've been able to place about 60 people across 17 different companies. Microsoft, Slack, Salesforce, Zoom, Dropbox, and several others. And what I've learned from all of this work is that the people who are coming home from jails and prisons, they have the skills. They just need opportunities, right? And I see the same thing here in North Carolina. So many of the things that Kerwin had spoke about earlier resonate with me because it's the same thing that's happening in California. And so that's really what's inspired me to do the work that I'm doing. I come to the work through my own incarceration. I've been working at this intersection of justice reform and tech for well over a decade, but I come to the work through my own incarceration. I served a life sentence in California, in California's 3 strikes law. And since I've been home, I've really been focused on creating opportunities and leveraging technology to do that. And what we're seeing today with the evolution of artificial intelligence is creating a lot of different challenges. You know, you have the data centers and, you know, a whole bunch of different things that come along with that. It's also presenting a whole bunch of opportunities. Kerwin touched on it earlier. When it comes to reentry, we have to be thinking forward to the future, how we can leverage this technology to serve the people in the way that we know is best. And as part of our journey on that, I built something very similar to the Next Steps app. I call it the Reentry Guidance and Generative Information Engine. It's called Reggie for short. But it's very, accessible for people who are coming home. And I think that we're gonna see more and more technology like this coming from people with lived experience. Prior to building Reggie or getting involved with technology, I've never written a line of code or built anything in my life. But these tools have provided me a pathway to be able to build something that's good for my people and good for my community. And to me, that's something that we're seeing some of it in California. We're obviously seeing it here in North Carolina. Kerwin is the first. But I will say this, as we continue to see more and more of this, we need to think about ways that we can support this work. Because it's these steps that we're taking into the future that are really gonna open up more doors, more opportunities, and let's face it, more hope for people who are coming home. That's I think the most important ingredient that you can have in a successful reentry. So as we think about the future, I would love for y'all to continue to remember this, that the government ain't gonna make a next steps app. The government ain't gonna make a Reggie app. We're the ones we've been waiting on.
I need you all to come.
Thank you again, Mr. Kenyatta. Can we give Mr. Kenyatta all the way from California? All right, we're gonna go ahead and get into our third and final raffle. Spin, spin, spin. Let's see who's gonna win. All right, it's just spinning, y'all. Give it a little second. Little tick, tick, tock, tock. All right, I have Sean Bart. Is Sean Bart still here? Oh. Thank you, and thank you for participating in the raffle. I hope everyone enjoys the Tank Inspired gifts. And again, thank you for entering your name. I'll go ahead and have Sean Pittman come back up.
I would like to thank you all for joining us today and taking this journey with us as we release the future of reentry support through Next Steps by Rreps. We hope that the tutorial gave you a deeper look into not only how the app functions, but the vision behind it and the impact we believe it will have on the individuals, families, and communities that we serve. At this time, we're going to transition into our Q&A. So if you have any questions or want to share your thoughts, this is the time to do that. Y'all guys help me welcome Mr. Pittman and Mr. Sarvesh up again so we can ask them the questions. All right, and we will now take our first question. Do we have any questions in the audience?
Would you mind stating your name?
I'm Luz Terry, Senior VP of Learning and Development with Trillium Health Resources. We are local government and we do support this. So my question is around security with the app. Is there any concerns around people maybe not wanting to use it? I've heard of things called closed loop. I think I heard a gentleman say that this is not grabbing from the internet. It's a pre-designed information. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. Mic work? Okay. Yeah, so our security starts with how we build this infrastructure. The backend is all Google, Firebase is very secure, but that's obviously like very a technical overview. But yeah, it's the resources that Next Steps grabs are primarily from the resource bank that Rreps provides. So it's not just pulling anything from the internet, but it does have access to the internet to verify resources. So, for example, links or phone numbers, they get verified through those. But it's not just; it's primarily through the private database that Rreps
do some walking, huh? You want to say your name?
My name's Tony Brown. So I wanted to ask, most of my guys, some of my guys, they don't speak English, well, comprehend English very well. Is it for different? I'm looking on the app. Is it different language? Is you can use like Spanish and different ethnicities?
Yeah, so primarily we started with English, but there will be options for Spanish. That's the next plan expansion, Spanish. Yeah, next step for next step.
Okay.
Good afternoon. It is really a true honor to, I'm Linda Monroe. I'm CEO of Linda Monroe International. I've been trying to get up with this man for a very long time. I definitely appreciate your effort in turning the state of North Carolina around because it's been a long time coming. So just after observing the Folio trial in, I forgot which state it's in, but anyway, will this also help the juvenile system with your app and stuff going on? Because what I'm seeing is our offenders are becoming younger and younger, going through our prison system, getting life sentences without parole. So how would this system help them?
So this system will be able to allow those who are not only working in the juvenile setting to pull resources for these individuals, but providers in the street to pull various resources for individuals as well who may be needing that help and mentorship as well. And so it is a platform that we're gonna constantly update, and so we're gonna constantly be revamping it, sending out updates. But the most important thing is we will need you all's input and support on how we should update it, how we should guide it, because this is not just a Rreps thing, this is a us thing. And so that comment was great. I'm gonna make sure that we have the up-to-date resources for those who may be struggling with youth and need to help the youth get back on the right track. And we may build out a portion of it, the side of it, just for youth now that you mentioned it. So thank you.
You're welcome. And also, I would like to partner with your organization as well. I'm from Florida, and they're doing a lot of great things. They have a lot of good ideas. I would discuss with you in Florida's region is concerned. Thank you.
I got a question and then a comment. Yep.
I want to say congratulations to everyone on this project. My name is Michael Stewart Isaac with the organization I Am Brilliant. My quick question is, wondering with the app itself, we're using the word app, is it going to be a web version that has accessibility, so if that don't have the application or the ability? Some people have phones that are sometimes not with service plans in traditional ways, so just in consideration, I know I wanted to piggyback off the gentleman that talked about the various language barriers that you may need for, as you already mentioned, you said there will be various updates, but just curious about plans to make sure that the technology, some kind of, we used to have the Obama phone type of tool, is there a way or a plan to work with telecoms to maybe partner with making sure that the phone technology is accessible?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to thank you for your question. The demo that you saw me do a little bit ago, that was not on like an iPhone or Android app. It was on the webs. The app is actually currently hosted on the official Rreps website already. So you can go to rreps.net and there'll be a tab that says next steps, and you can use it right now. So yeah, and of course, yeah, I want to point out that this is absolutely vital. I want to reiterate, I know Mr. McDonald spoke on it, that users give us as much feedback as possible, because that's how we really improve these apps through user feedback. I mean, I already started like a notes app on my phone. It's about this long already that people say like, oh, you should do this. I'm like, yes, thank you. Can take pictures of it, write this down, yeah. Thank you.
My name is Sharon Goodson. I'm the executive director for the North Carolina Community Action Association. I just want to say, I think everybody came because this is the only way we can meet you. Thank you for your leadership. Just thank you so very much much for your incredible leadership and the work that you're doing. You took me back. I've been around this space a little bit, about 22 years. We were the organization that did the community needs assessments to get the reentry work started in North Carolina. And I just want to say, hey, the North Carolina Community Action Association and our 33 agents across the state are here, ready to do whatever we can to help you to further this work. Thank you so very much. We appreciate it. All right, you have one question? Yeah, we halfway.
How you doing? My name is Travis. I work for the Davidson Prison Ministry. I'm the director of reentry and programs. We have a lot of guys that come into our program, and I want just because I work with the prison system a lot, and I see the need where they're having to struggle with the infrastructure and how information to guys and so forth. So this new platform here is just give the prison system the means to be able to do what they need to do. And what I mean by that is already technologists for all 100 states that, 100 counties here in North Carolina, they already in the place where they can access that now in your platform.
So I actually had a call this morning with the secretary. The secretary just moved, so I was telling her, going a little more in depth about the app. And so we're still right now talking about how do we merge those things, safety and security. So the goal, ultimately, is to be able to have these tools, such as case management inside of the institution. So it'll be an easier look for them, especially now with staff and students. They can just click the button and enter some information in, and it pull up their data resources for these individuals to help them go on their own way, in their own journey. I think it's a win-win.
Because we are struggling with that, with a lot of the guys that's coming out, having the means to actually, before we even get to working with them, having to go through technology. I appreciate it.
I was in there.
Thank you very much, sir.
Jamal Farrar, and that was literally my question too. But I just wanted to say we appreciate everything that you're doing, Kerwin. And I did have a tech question, similar to that one. It was like, so will the inmates themselves, or the guys be able to, or guys and girls, be able to access it on their like tablets? Because I know with the DOJ, we have the tablets that they have, and honestly, they spend a lot of time on the tablets. So my question is, would they be able to have access to that, as well as the staff being able to have access to, so that they can keep up and track the stuff that they're doing?
So the staff will be able to have access to it, hopefully in the near future. Now, maybe coming up with a different iteration of it for those who are currently incarcerated to use, because we know that we're gonna bump up against the bridge of safety and security, right? And so when you have links that they can click on their tablet and potentially take them to the internet, so to speak, right? That potentially could be an issue in the area. So, we're gonna put our heads together and hopefully be able to come up with something they'll be able to utilize, even if it's just pulling resources out of our database where the links are to click, or if they are just giving a brief synopsis of what the link is and things of that nature.
Well, I did have an idea about having a separate network, like in vocational area, like in education, maybe like 4 or 5 computers or some separate network that won't compromise the whole, the whole institution or the whole infrastructure of the institution. Just have like a few computers that's specifically designed to do just that, so that guys can visit those.
Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone. My name is Shazad Khan. I've actually flown here from Texas last night. I'm really happy to be here and all the good work. I'm a technology consultant, mostly for a lot of Fortune 100 and 500 companies, but I'm also technical director with Kenyatta here for Next Chapter, supporting all the good work. Really amazing work on the application. And I think for me, from the perspective that I'm seeing is, I really like the option that you have where you can share this, right? As a PDF or you can print it. And so how does that, what's the vision there? So, kind of similar to the questions before me were, when you're inside and versus outside, how do you connect the dots? Like, how do you carry somebody, what is it, the PDF that they can print, they can keep track of? How do people stay accountable and consistent? Right? There's so many apps out there, right? This is a unique app, but there's so many productivity apps. We're not as productive, right? So how do we hold on to the folks? Like you said, We gotta find them, so that what's your vision on, how do you keep up, through this application and through all the other work? How do you make sure you can stitch the path along and keep somebody from?
So I am a big stickler for continuity of care, right? And so what that looks like and what that means is care that I receive over here, I should be able to take the care that I received over here and you can transfer it to somebody else who's trying to help you with something else. So this is why we put it as a way to be able to export it and print it out for the individual to take with them, especially if they are in a carceral setting. Most importantly, for case managers to share it with each other, right? So they can just export their file out, send it to somebody else who they know where they're going. Just like when I was inside the prison, system, you had to carry a medical jacket, right? So now they updated it and they send it electronically now, according to what I know. Am I right, Mr. Crowley? All right. So according to what I know, they send it electronically. But when I was in, it was a physical jacket, and I would see guys when we was transferring. Literally, somebody would be toting a trolley full of different medical records, and I could tell they've been in a long time by then too. But I say all that to say, we're gonna make sure that we wanted it to be exportable, so they can just send it directly to another case manager at another facility. They can click in and see where they are in their progression, their plan, all of the things tailored if need be, all of the good things. So we wanted to make sure it was a continuity of care from facility to facility, from facility to community, and hopefully not back into the facility.
Great work.
One more question.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gary. Great. We met through a mutual friend, this young man and I, on the training center, martial arts school. As well, some of those people over there. But I wanted to just simply congratulate you. But when I talk about your program, telling people what you're doing, I wonder, do you really realize, maybe now you do, that by you purchasing this decommissioned jail, do you realize that you actually took something off the market for ICE agents? And this group
Yeah.